How's it going, YouTube? So tonight is our last game of our, last game using 6th edition rules in our little campaign. So it's going to be pretty cool, but something we thought of was we haven't actually told you anything about the campaign and the narrative and the story, so I thought I'd just take a few minutes and fill you in on what's going on. So this campaign comes off the back of our previous campaign that me and a bunch of friends played, so Tris and Mike and Aaron. And little Alan, who's gone missing, so if anyone sees a little bearded fella, looks a bit like a hobbit, pointing back this way. Anyway, so the last campaign, it was set on a planet we made up called Bundle Earth, and it was Space Wolves and Blood Angels contingent taking on Abaddon and a bunch of the Black Legion and some orcs. And the fluff for it was Abaddon had kind of duped these orcs into trying to attack this planet, which basically covered what he was trying to do, which was to get this relic, which was going to help him get the 13th Black Crusade underway. And the Space Wolves and the Blood Angels were sent to stop it. Now, throughout the campaign, the Imperial got the upper hand in pretty much all of the games, and it looked like they were going to take the big win. But in the last Apocalypse game, Team Twilight had to run away with the tail between their legs. But no one came off well in that campaign. All of the major characters were mortally wounded or severely wounded, so Abaddon was taken back with his Black Legion and escaped back to the Eye of Terror. The Wolves grabbed the body of Grimnar and Blackmane and Bjorn and everybody and just put them on a big shit boat thing in the sky and took them back to Fenris, and all of the weird, greasy Blood Angels picked up their dudes and took them back to wherever the Blood Angels live at the minute. And really the orcs just kind of got killed. So the planet went back into the hands of the Imperium that was looking after it. Now, at the same time as all of these guys were running back, what happened was the Death of Integrity from the book by the same name showed up. It just appeared in space by the planet of Bundle Earth. And if you've read the book, you'll know a bit about it. If you haven't, it's basically this huge, crazy space Hulk that just flies around, turning up here, there, and everywhere. So we've set our campaign a little bit before the events of that book, and we wanted to base it on it because when we read the book, we thought it was pretty cool. And basically, what happened was this thing turns up in space outside of, kind of on the edge of the Bundle Earth area, and at the same time, 2 strike cruisers turned up, kind of mysterious strike cruisers. One was an Eldar craft, one was a Tau craft. And they immediately kind of appeared either side of the Death of Integrity and kind of went into the stalemate and sent boarding teams onto it. And it's a bit mysterious and no one really knows why they're there. But really why they're there is there's some Tau technology in there that the Tau want to get back, and there's some Eldar technology that they want to get back. But when they boarded the Death of Integrity, they found that not only was it infested by Tyranids, there was also a bit of a crazy mob of orcs embedded in there who were trying to turn the whole Space Hulk into a big giant spaceship. So in our league, we've had these strange battles all set within kind of city ruins or Zone Mortalis to try and represent the various spaces and caverns and what have you inside the Death of Integrity. But what also wasn't known at the time is there was an inquisitorial ship in orbit cloaked above Bundle Earth, and they'd been sent there to keep a watch on Team Twilight, on the Space Wolves and the Blood Angels, because everyone knows the Inquisition doesn't really trust either of them because one of them's a werewolf and the other one's vampires. And they were keeping an eye on them, and luckily nothing went too kind of tits up, and apart from the lost, but generally they behaved well. And whilst they stayed there cloaked and let the ships get back to where they were, all of a sudden this thing turns up, Death of Integrity, and they're like, okay, we need to deal with this. So there's a strike team of Death Watch, which bizarrely is made up of a Space Wolf and a Blood Angel, who are also in now, or being teleporting in to the Death of Integrity, and they're basically being tasked with kill the Xenos, because in our campaign it is only Xenos. which has been interesting because not many of us have played the Xenos races before. So we have this rule. The kind of league works that we started with 650 points. There was 2 missions. We all had to play each other on each mission, and it's much like a football league table: 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. Victory points are effectively your goals, so there's a goal difference. And we played all of them, and then it goes up to 1,000 points for everybody, which is where we are now. And there's 2 missions for that. You've seen the previous battle reports, which is the 4 foot by 4 foot table with the Zone Mortalis on the end, with the Death Watch coming in there. And tonight, I'll show you the board in a minute that we're going to play on, which is another bit of an interesting board as well. But a couple of things, we're just making up missions, we're kind of using missions from the book and then adding to them. The Death Watch are controlled either by a third player, or they are controlled randomly with dice, which is kind of roll the directional dice, and they move independently of each other using kill team rules. Or if they're being controlled by one of the other guys in the league, you can basically use them to try and ruin everyone's day, but they have to go after the HQ. So they are a Death Watch kill team sent to execute the HQ, which has been quite fun. And we've had a few games now where one of them they didn't really do too much and died quite quickly, and then last week Mike took control of them and was a little pesky git, and no one could take him out. So tonight me and Aaron are going into our second 1,000-point game. We'll show you the armies, and we'll show you the board setup and talk about the missions, but it's a kind of take on the Relic mission. And yeah, it's the last of 6th, so we're going to enjoy it. We'll maybe have a couple of beers. We're going to try and remember to film the cool stuff that happens in between turns, which we keep forgetting. We'll show you the armies, because Aaron's army is looking incredible, his Tyranid army is amazing, and I'll show you my Eldar stuff. And yeah, it's going to be fun, so I hope you enjoy it. Here's it up. Alright guys, here is a little overview of our mission set up tonight. So this is our, as I said earlier, second mission at 1,000 points, and the table goes a little bit like this. So we have these kind of rocky areas here to represent a bit of a kind of meteor look to this area. We then have a city tile section here to just kind of represent a part of perhaps one of the spaceships that's smashed in the Death of Integrity somewhere. So we've got all these nice buildings that are going to provide some interesting cover and what have you. And then in the middle we have some Zone Mortalis. Now there should be anyway, if I can get the doors made up real quick, a couple of doors here, which means you're going to have to get through the door to get inside. And this here, well, we're actually going to change the object for the relic. We'll see that in a bit, but this is basically the relic. We've got the Death Watch kill team here, but they will deploy somewhere else on the board. They're not going to be allowed to deploy in this zone. So we'll see what happens with them this game. We'll be deploying either side. And the idea is basic relic rules. So secondaries to go with that will probably be Slay the Warlord, First Blood, and Linebreaker. And then there's a victory point if you kill the Death Watch. So there's quite a few points up for grabs tonight. Yeah, so it should be fun. This is our last game of 6th, and we'll go into having a look at the armies next in a second. Alright guys, here's my force tonight. So HQ choice first is going to be a Spirit Seer, and then I'm going to be using some Wraith Guard with D-Scythes, 5 Fire Dragons, Wave Serpent with Twin Linked Scatter Lasers, and just Sharpen Catapult, Twin Linked, 8 Standard Dire Avengers. I have then got a Wraith Lord with Scatter Laser, Ghost Glaive, Flamers, and although that's not an Eldar missile launcher, I'm using it as an Eldar missile launcher. And then we've got this bad dad, who is my Wraith Knight with Twin Link Scatter Lasers, and the Scatter Shield and the big horrible cannon. And there's my 1,000 points. And now up, Aaron's 1,000 points. Alright then, here we are with Aaron's, well, a bit of Aaron's Tyranids, because he's not got them all painted as good as this, so he doesn't want to show all of them, even though they are going to go on camera later, but it is a beautiful army. So Aaron, talk us through what's here and then what you got in your bag.
Okay, this is my small Tyranids army. Quite new to Tyranids, so this is kind of like the first few times I've started using them. So the main dude is Flying Hive Tyrant, which causes everyone a lot of pain and grief.
AKA the twat.
Just griefs everyone. Loads of termagants, nice and cheap, just to keep stuff tied up. Some warriors, just to keep everyone in synapse. Got a Venom Throat.
Is that guy there?
Yeah, so everyone doesn't just get shot up, so it just gives everyone shrouded. We have Zona Throat. That's for extra synapse and for a bit of psychic power. Just in case there's any vehicles flying around. What else have we got?
What's this dude?
Oh, we've got the Death Leaper, which is a new addition to the army. Just got to finish off his base.
Looking awesome. Have you played him yet?
I haven't played him yet, actually, and I don't know how he's going to work with 7th, because at the moment he gives minus D3 to people's leadership, so the best thing is to use him on a Psyker. So with 7th coming up, I don't know how that's going to affect leadership and psychic powers and all that, so I'm going to kind of leave him out for now.
Okay. But this is their last game of 6th tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, last game, so hopefully we'll see what happens.
And then what have you got still in the bag that's going to come out tonight?
We've got another Zonothrope. We have 10 Termagants with Devourers. What else? We have a Tyrannifex. Big dude, massive Rapture Cannon.
And then you got a couple of Spore Mines.
We've got Spore Mines, so a Bioball is going to pop out.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to get rolled up and get set up, and then we'll see you at the top of. Well, no, we'll see you actually after deployment in a bit. All right, guys, we have done our deployment. Start over this side. So Eldar won first turn. We've deployed here. This is a Zone Mortalis bit, so it's all got the doors, so we have actually got to get through the doors to get in to the objective, who is Snotface Ballsack, the legendary Grot, and we've got to try and grab him as the relic. Got another Wave Serpent over there, and then Aaron's deployed all over here in a big horrible swarm. Is that everything you've got out, Aaron?
Yeah.
A couple of little things over there, look,
yeah.
Just noticed that, interesting. And then Mike, who is in playing Deathwatch again, has deployed his nasty little Deathwatch over here. And Aaron, do you want to try and seize the initiative?
Yeah.
Go on, let's do this on camera. We're going to try and get more stuff on camera this week.
Oh, it does it!
He does it! Oh no! Thumbs up. Right, so Aaron now has first turn. We will see you after the end of first turn. Laters. Alright guys, that was end of turn 1. A few things happened. So Aaron kind of flew his big thing over here and he shot. What you had a was it Biovore?
I had a Biovore over there.
Shot over here and a Spore Mine appeared and charged my Fire Dragons but died in Overwatch. What else did you do, mate?
Tyrannifex shot at the Wraith Lord.
Made his save.
Made his save. Zonothrope came over here. Shot at nothing, but lost the wound in return.
Yeah, so basically in my turn, I used my scatter laser and flak missiles, shot him. Flak missiles didn't do anything, even though they're twin linked. But lucky shot with scatter laser, grounded him, and he took the wound. And then fired everything I've got on this up at his Biovore up there, and took him out. So managed to get first blood. And then I got in here, and I'm starting to move up towards Snotface Ballsack. And then Mike, what did you do, mate?
Just moved up, so I've split these guys off to kind of go that way. Those 4 guys moved up, shot at the Zoanthrope, but he made all his saves and feel no pains and stuff, so...
Yeah, he's pretty hench at the moment.
Yeah.
So that was it. Quite a quick turn. Curry's turned up, Mike's going to eat his chicken, and Aaron's going to get on with turn 2. See you in a bit. Alright guys, that is the end of turn 2 and it was a bit epic. So I think Aaron's Hive Tyrant thing was about here, was it, mate?
Yeah, that's it.
And it was there. But it's not there anymore. So you flew it there. You did something on him, didn't you? You took his weapon skill,
ballistic skill, and weapon skill down to 1.
And you took a wound off him as well with your
Tyrannothex.
And then you just generally moved everything up, right?
Up.
There's the Titan dog. He's still in there, and he's got feel no pain. And that was kind of it for the Tyrannid's turn, right?
Yeah, killed 4 fire dragons.
Sorry, he did, yeah. So this guy's been named Leroy Jenkins because he's the last remaining fire dragon. And then the Eldar, basically, this guy deep striked on. The Wave Serpent with the Dire Avenger and the Spirit Seer jumped over here. These dudes, the Wraith Guard, went in there and have claimed the objective. And then all of the Eldar snapshotted at the Hive Tyrant, and there's a stupid amount of 6s. And then he failed his grounding check, and then died when he hit the ground, as he should do. And then Mike, what did you do, man? You moved around a bit.
Yeah, so I moved those guys in there. They're going warlord hunting, and then I moved through the door, shot a load of stuff at the Zoan throat, but only managed to take a wound off with a bolt of all things.
So you grab gun whiffed.
Yeah.
Heavy bolter whiffed, mind you, you're on snapshots, right?
Yeah.
But got a wound.
Yep.
So at the moment, that's not gone well for Nids for the first 2 turns. So he's lost one for I got First Blood and Slay the Warlord now. But there's still a lot of horrible stuff left. And when they get in there, it's Zone Mortalis rules apply. So all that rending and reaction fire, reactive fire and stuff like that. So plenty left to do. But been a bit of a smash for the Nids in the first few turns. Alright, well, we will be back after turn 3 in a bit. Alright guys, end of turn 3. It has been a bit of a devastation for the Nids. I actually feel quite bad actually. So what's happened there and what did you do, mate? You took a couple more wounds off him, right?
Took another wound off him.
Yeah.
And the warriors got charged. Lost 2.
Yeah, they got pretty
they got
hammered.
flamed as well. So
he basically flamed these and got them and then charged them. And then my brother's girlfriend turned up and drunkenly rolled the dice on my behalf and killed 2 of them.
And they failed to win back.
Failed to win back, which was unbelievable. He's hiding in there, using his grey to hide into the background. He shot over the top and took a wound off Mr. Tickle. Those boys are just kind of basically begging anyone to come through that door. Leroy Jenkins ran up here but wasn't in range to shoot him. Dude moved up there. He moved up, then moved up a bit more, and then got moved back. That's a different story. Mike's Death Watch. You killed something over there, didn't you?
Yeah, killed the Zoan throat.
Zoan throat, took it in the face. Can't say I'm not happy about that. And then also he used his special ammunition because the Death Watch were using Stone Guard vet rules.
Yeah.
So they get all the ammunition. So he used his poison bolt rounds into him and took a wound off him.
Pretty sure they're not going to make it.
Shit's about to go down there. Oh yeah. Alright, that is the end of turn 3. So Erin, come on man, turn 4, do something. Loaded. Alright guys, end of turn 5. It was a pretty devastating one again. Aaron, did you kill anything?
Killed the Wraith Lord at last.
Killed the Wraith Lord, but the Wraith Lord killed your last warrior. But they took each other out. So these guys were in combat, so they consolidated, and no one told him that they were running this way. And was that about
Everything
it?
just moved upwards.
Yes, they're all kind of piling towards this open door. I moved the Wraith Guard back and got the relic to here. Disembarked my Dire Avengers with the Warlord up onto near the relic as well. Wave Serpent went round, shot loads of stuff at that, but Aaron made all his saves. Took some revenge on the Death Watch here. I managed to shoot myself as well, but luckily didn't hurt myself. And then Mike, you ran over, didn't you?
Yeah, I just came out from the cover, trying to get through towards the Warlord.
And Sven Boltzmann's son.
Yeah, he's still back there. Killed one of them.
Long range effort,
Yeah.
snapshots. So we are going into turn 5. At the moment, these Wraithguard have got the relic. We've got Slay the Warlord and First Blood as well. So it's currently 5 points to nothing. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see what happens in a minute. Laters. Alright peeps, it is the end of turn 5. Let's kind of do a little overview, round up, points up. So Aaron blew up my Wave Serpent. Well, I didn't blow it up, wrecked it. So that's just kind of burning away there. He's moved up a bit. The Wraithguard dropped the relic and the Dire Avengers picked it up and moved around there. And they flamed, this lot, but he was just out of range, so he couldn't die. Wraith Knight jumped over here, shot 2 Deathwatch. The Spirit Seer used Puppet Master and shot him, but Aaron made the save, which is kind of funny. And then Mike with Sven, Gore and Boltzmann's son over there took a crazy shot at one dude just here and took his head off. So, points wise, got the relic, which is 3. Slay the Warlord 4. First Blood 5.
I've got line breaker and that's it.
Aaron, do you want to measure it? Go on, I don't want to put that in my mouth. Don't know where it's been. 12 inches.
So he was in hand-to-hand combat with them. So
12 inches is there, so he's out of it. Alright, so anyway, that's in the turn 5, but it might go on. So Aaron, go on, roll it. See what happens. Goes on. Could all change. Right, turn 6 coming up. See you in a bit. Alright guys, we've got a bit of an epic moment. So in here is Sven Goran Balterson, who is the Space Wolf Deathwatch, who in his games when Mike's used him has destroyed people with snapshots ridiculously. Now, Wraith Knight bloke has come over and he's given him 2 scatter laser shots. So he's got 2 armor saves to make and 1 cover save to make to stay alive. So one at a time. This is an armor save. Makes it. Makes it. Cover. 4 up. No! Oh, Sven has gone.
What a legend.
Bye, Sven. Bye. Yay. Alright, there you go. Another victory point. Nice one. Cheers. Alright guys, it is end of turn 6. Loads of little things happened. So Aaron swarmed in here with his little gaunts and they ended up taking out the last remaining Wraith Guard. So they're all in there now. This is an invisible one of them because it keeps falling off his base. So we've allowed Aaron to take it off the base and balance it on there. Still wrecked. These boys ran around here. This dude used Puppet Master and actually killed Aaron's, what was it?
Zone Throat.
Zone Throat, which is kind of funny. So he used Puppet Master to do that. Relics around the corner, and then you just saw the Wraith Knight take out Sven Goran Balterson. So that's end of turn 6. As it stands, Eldar have got it, although they probably have anyway, because they just got another victory point for that. But do you want to see if it goes on for a 7th turn?
4 ups.
4 ups.
Wow. That's it.
End of the game. So let's do a quick points, I think. So it's 3, Warlord 4, First Blood 5, Deathwatch 6, hasn't got Linebreaker. So 6, 1.
1.
Mate. Sorry, Aaron. There's almost no joy in that. Well played, fella.
Well played, mate.
Alright, well that was and well played, Mike.
Cheers.
Good one on the Deathwatch. So that's it. That was our last game of 6th. So next week we are going to be Mike probably versus Triss on one of these 1,000 point battles, and we'll be playing 7th. So I imagine we'll get everything wrong. There'll be a million psychic powers, and all the nerds in the world will cry out and Yeah, like stars dying. No, Unbound doesn't work. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. Boy.